while on his way to United Kingdom on the invitation of the Trade Union Congress TUC of Britain. A statement signed by the head of Information and Police Affairs, Benson Upah, says the Congress is yet to ascertain his whereabouts or his state of health, as all effort made to get in touch with him proved abortive. Comrade Ajaero, who was arrested this morning, was set to attend and address the global gathering of workers on behalf of the Nigerian workers at the Congress of the Trade Union Congress in the United Kingdom, a platform where critical discussions on workers' rights, social justice, and economic fairness are discussed. Meanwhile, the United Action Front of Civil Society has strongly condemned the arrest of Nigerian Labour Congress President Comrade Joe Ajaero by the Department of State Services at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. The civil society group described the arrest as a needless show of force and an attempt to cause national anarchy. They argued that Ajaero, as a high-profile citizen and leader, should have been treated with decorum and courtesy, rather than being subjected to what is called dehumanizing tactics. Officers from the Department of State Services have taken control of the Abuja office of the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP. SERAP described the action as an unlawful occupation. This was contained in a statement released by SERAP on its X handle. SERAP said the officers are demanding to meet with the organization's directors. It called on President Bola Tinubu to intervene. The federal government has set up committees to resolve grey areas raised by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in an ultimatum issue close to 3 weeks ago. The Vice President of the Association, Professor Chris Piwuna, says the committee will meet on September 11, 2024. Senator Saliu Mustafa, representing Kwara Central Senatorial District, has launched an annual university scholarship program committing over 200 million to support 200 engineering students throughout their undergraduate studies. The initiative aims to alleviate the financial burden on families, allowing bright but underprivileged students to pursue high education without undue stress. Speaking at the unveiling of the scheme in Ilorin, Professor Binta Silman, chairperson of the Kwara Central Educational Ad Hoc Advisory Committee, said the selected students would attend one of 5 Kwara-based private institutions. Corps members have been advised to acquire new skills through the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, in order to enable them create jobs of their own. Director General of the Corps, Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, stated this while addressing Corps members in Gombe State Orientation Camp, Amanda and Taraba State Orientation Camp in Sibre. He said many ex-Corps members who utilize the opportunities of the service year to learn new skills are now employers of labor in different locations across the country. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has announced plans to support the victims of flood with palliatives in the Northeast sub-region. The managing director of the commission, Mohammed Al-Khali, stated this while inspecting roads destroyed by flood in Yobe State, insisted that the commission would assist the flood victims with food, healthcare services, and other domestic items. Al-Khali noted that the commission has already put a comprehensive framework to select beneficiaries from the 18 senatorial districts in 6 states of the region. Over now to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control says it has sealed its table water factory, Grobud Table Water in Delta State, for allegedly aiding and abating the production, sale, and advertisement of unregistered and unwholesome miracle water under the pretext of fake NAFDAC registration number. NAFDAC stated that the sealed factory was producing and churning out the miracle water in cohort with a faith-based organization, Christ Mercy Land Delivery Ministries, led by Prophet Jeremiah Omoto. Meanwhile, the senior prophet of Christ Mercy Land Deliverance Ministry, Abuja, Jeremiah Fufunyi, has denied allegations suggesting that his ministry have been using the name of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control to mislead the public regarding spiritual items. In a statement issued by the church media arm and signed by Sophia Lloyd, the church described the allegation as false and misleading. The statement was in response to NAFDAC's statement alerting the public to the activities of Fufunyi's church, claiming he had been using the agency's name to deceive the public. Over now to Ogun State Environmental Protection Agency has sued 5 industries for environmental infractions. According to a statement, the chairman of the Ogun State Task Force on Environmental Compliance and Enforcement, who doubles as a senior special assistant to the governor on environment, Farouk Akintunde, who led the enforcement team to seal the companies, said they were shut down after the Environmental Protection Agency received petitions from the immediate communities of their incessant discharge of untreated wastewater into the environment. You're watching News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, Wike signs MOU with Chinese engineering firm for electricity and water projects in FCT. Details and these and more after this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of News Cycle. Thank you for staying with us. On our foreign index now, oil marketers may begin the importation of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, following the recent declaration by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited that it would only fully offtake the product from Dangote Petroleum Refinery if the market prices of the commodity were higher than the pump price in Nigeria. NNPC also declared that Dangote and other domestic refineries were free to sell directly to any marketer on a willing buyer. Willing seller, Basics, adding that it had no desire or intention to become the distributor of any entity in a free market environment. This is, however, contrary to what the president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, stated last week. The owner of the $20 billion refinery has stated that the refinery was waiting for NNPC, adding that the National Oil Company would be the only off-taker of its petrol domestically. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, has refuted reports suggesting an increase in the value-added tax rate from 7.5% to 10%. In a statement signed by him, Edun clarified that the VAT rate remains unchanged at 7.5% as stipulated in the nation's tax laws. He further explained the importance of maintaining a balanced tax system, emphasizing that Nigeria's tax framework is built on 3 key pillars: tax policy, tax law, and tax administration. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has formalized an agreement with 2 Chinese engineering and construction companies to enhance electricity and water supply within the territory. This was revealed through a memorandum of understanding MOU signed between the FCT and the companies. A statement by Anthony Oguleye, Director of Press in the Office of the Minister, says the memorandum of understanding was finalized in Beijing, China. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez called for a fair trade order during a visit to China aimed at boosting ties with economic giant despite a standoff between Beijing and the European Union. Sánchez met local counterparts Premier Ling Queen at Beijing's Ordnance Great Hall of the People on Monday afternoon, telling him Spain wishes to continue strengthening his relations with China. Sánchez's trip will also take him to Shanghai on Tuesday and Wednesday, where he will meet local officials and businesses, as well as integrate a new Caveat Institute Cultural Center. On our foreign decks now, a plane with 48 people aboard skidded off the runway in Indonesia's remote eastern region of Papua. Police said, injuring several passengers. The ATR-42 aircraft belonging to Tigerair Air was taken off from an airport in remote Yapan Island, Regency, to Papuan capital Jayapura on Monday morning when it skidded off the runway. The flight was carrying 42 passengers, including a baby and 6 crew. At least 14 people have been killed in Israel's airstrike on a number of military sites in central Syria. SINA stated a hospital director saying that another 43 people were wounded in the air attack in the vicinity of the Misyaf in Hama province. A UK-based monitoring group earlier reported that at least 4 soldiers and 3 civilians were killed in strikes that destroyed military and scientific facilities where Iran-backed armed groups were present. Edmundo Ureta fled to exile in Spain Sunday and vowed to continue the fight for freedom and democracy. Ureta arrived in Madrid after weeks in hiding in the crisis-torn South American country. The opposition says it can prove he won the July 28 election, in which Maduro claimed a victory that has been widely disrupted. Shortly after touching down from a military plane, the 75-year-old press team distributed an audio message in which he said he was confident that soon he will continue the fight to achieve freedom and recovery of democracy in Venezuela. In sports, Team Nigeria's 7-medal haul at the Paris 2024 Paralympics, which ended on Sunday, marked the country's worst outing at the summer event. Nigeria finished the tournament with 2 gold, 3 silver and 2 bronze medals to finish in 40th position. Nigerian's Folashade Oluwafunmilayo broke her world record in the women's over 86 kg powerlifting, becoming the first para-athlete in history to lift 166 kg and winning a gold medal in the process. It was an incredible performance by Oluwafunmilayo, who took Nigeria's tally at the Paralympics to 7 medals overall. Fast-rising Nigerian player Pretty Lucky was named the player of the match as Nigerians under-19 female cricket team beat their Ghanaian counterparts by 178 runs in the first game of their series at the Unilag Cricket Oval. Nigeria won the toss and elected Abate first, racing to 212 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. Ghana's task of beating Nigerian total in the second inning was stiffed by the incredible bowling of Peculiar Agboye and Peace Hussein, who got 3 wickets each, limiting Ghanaians to just 34 runs, all out in 8.5 overs. And that's it on News Cycle. And it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using @Global TV NG and the handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.